Today's stories include Game Informer is teasing a comeback, what's next for the Baldur's Gate franchise, and Xbox says the words Hollow Knight, prompting fans to lose it. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is not the boss baby. Whoa. Not the CEO Jr., the lock, Roger Picorni.
I just wanted you to continuously go through every single person.
Not the second best baby lose.
Both of those
not the master of hype.
Not the master of hype.
Well, both of those were just my nicknames. I could have given you a full list, Blessing, of all
I don't
the
know
nicknames.
why I looked at you and I was like, I don't know why I just want to say all of Barrett's names for you.
It's the bald head.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of the tastemaker.
Oh.
And I couldn't get there. I'm sorry. I apologize. The tastemaker, Roger Picorni.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here. People have stopped holding me back, and I'm here again. And I'm happy to be with you on GDC week. The busy week.
Yes.
You said you've been drunk since Sunday.
I've been drunk since Sunday.
Maybe drunk right now.
I might still be drunk. Who knows? GDC week, let me tell you. We gotta take this week off as a company. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let's stop coming in during the day. Give it like
Coming during the night.
Get drunk. Listen, like everybody's in town, and so all I want to do is hang out with people and go out and like go to the GDC like mixers and like talk to people. I'm a man of the people, Roger. As you
that's
may
what
know.
they say.
I'm very extroverted.
Yeah,
That's what they say. And so like,
not in the mornings though.
don't talk to me before 12 p.m. Don't talk to me before 4 p.m.
I've had my coffee.
Before I have my coffee. But yeah, no, it's been a wonderful GDC week so far, right? Everybody's in town, all the game developer friends that we have, all the people in the industry that we know come through. We're hanging out. It's such a good time. But because of that, the thing that people have in common, a lot of people have in common, not everybody, but like people like going out drinking, right? Or there are events that'll have like open bars. And it's like, if there's an open bar,
It's against the law not to take advantage of it. I'm at the Mix. Epic Games is sponsoring this thing. It's against, I gotta show up for Fortnite.
I'm not even a wine drinker. I'm like, give me 2 white wines, please.
Whoa.
Give me a Pinot Grigio.
Whoa.
Yeah, because they didn't have the cocktails I wanted. At the
Mix.
Mix.
Of course. You're walking up and you're like, let me get an espresso martini at a fucking Outback Steakhouse, right? Of course, that's what you're going for. You're always going for mixed drinks. Like, you don't have like a beer. You don't have like a drink.
I like cider. Okay, here's the thing. Why do I need to like beer? Why do we all pretend
I'm just
that
saying
beer
you need to have a drink.
Great?
You need to have a drink that is your go-to that you know is going to be at every single event.
Why can't everybody make a Moscow Mule?
They're not every place is going to be mixing drinks.
Yeah. But you know what? Roger's going to judge you for the cider. I won't judge you for the cider.
I'm not judging you for the cider. I'm just saying, like,
good.
It's you always play the game, right? I always see you. You walk up, you're like, do you have a cider? No, we don't have a cider. Do you have a espresso martini? No, we don't have that.
I'm not going to espresso martini. First, I'm asking for the Moscow Mule, and then I'm like, okay, well, do you guys have an old fashioned? Then they're like, we have Coke and we have liquor. Do you want a rum and Coke? And I'm like, sure, give me the fucking rum and Coke.
Just drink a Bud Light like an American. You know what I mean? Just drink a Bud Light.
No.
Nothing ruins my night like a fucking rum and... Actually, I do like a rum and Coke.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, let's get fancy. Bring out the copper cup. Let's make a Moscow Mule, Roger.
You bring your own copper cup. You're ready to go.
Oh, that's actually fire. I might start doing that.
Really quick, I know we have a lot of news stories, but I want to talk about 2 games that I saw at Day of the Devs, because I know next Gamescast is going to be you guys talking about all the amazing things you saw at GDC. I'm not on that Gamescast, so I want to shout out 2 games
Shout them
I saw at Day of the Devs. This first game is Faraway, which is an Annapurna published joint. This might be your shit. The idea behind it is that you play as just a ship, and it's just like a 2D game. You're going as a ship. There's no left or right. You're not steering the ship. The way that you maneuver is that you have stars and you press X and then you attach to the stars and then you rocket around it. Like you attach to it and you use the momentum to go left and right. So it's this very simple game where you're going around and you're trying to connect constellations.
Spaceship.
I
was thinking, you just said ship.
Yeah.
So I was thinking pirates. I thought we were in the ocean. So when you started saying the stars, I was like, huh, this is interesting. But no, now I see the vision.
Yeah, so you're going around and you're using it to kind of like use the momentum to go through and go around and create constellations. So that was a really nice time.
This is really cool.
That was a really nice time. I think that's going to be your joint. It's like, it feels like an afternoon, you play the game, you have enough time with it and you're kind of done with it. But it was a nice time. The second game, which is a very separate thing, and I feel like this is the generic Roger game, because like you see it and you're like, Roger would be into this.
Is it a weird, are you playing as a weird guy? As a weird
sort
character?
of. You're shooting weird guys.
Okay.
So it is Do you know the director Harmony Korine?
No.
You've Spring Breakers, the director of Spring Breakers?
Yes.
So weird director making weird movies. Now he's making weird games. And his first game is called Tamashika. And just if you could show up, people that are watching this, if you are sensitive to flashing lights, turn off it right now because it's insane.
I kept seeing this game.
Yes, this game is basically the dream/acid trip video game where it's a first-person shooter and you're just trying to go through one hit kill and you're going through this Japanese train station and you're shooting these green MS Paint looking guys. And the whole idea behind it is that it is almost semi-rhythm based, right? So it's like to the beat, you're shooting these guys, they come at you and you can counter them with a knife, and then one or two hits, I believe you're dead. The interesting wrinkle to this is that every day the level is redesigned. So there is a leaderboard, and then after that day it resets and it's a new level. So you're constantly going in and trying to get the new high score. It's hard as shit, and it is one of those ones you look right now as a video watcher, and I remember watching the trailer before I played it and I was like, this is not going to, I don't know how I'm going to play this game for more than 2 seconds, right? I'm going to throw up. Like, this looks insane. When you play it actually in action, it works. It works really well.
This looks insane.
It's insane, and I think it's worth, if you can get your hands on it, it's worth playing for sure.
Yeah.
It's super cool. So yeah, Harmony Korine's company is publishing this, and their company's name, Edgelord, which I hate.
Yeah.
But
who would
I
have
hate.
thought the person who founded the company Edgelord also made Spring Breakers?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to those two games.
I love that.
Played.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course.
And like you mentioned, on Gamescast after this, we're going to be talking about a lot of the games that we played during this GDC. And I can't wait to share some of the things that I played. I played some stuff yesterday that had me like, yo, games are cool.
Whoa.
Games are dope. But you have to wait for us to talk about that. For now, remember, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, and now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business, all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which, like I said, is a bunch of game previews from GDC. After that is going to be a Daredevil Born Again screencast. And then after that is the stream, which is going to be the Pokemon Nicklocke continued. If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Gregway is X minutes about X. He still hasn't done the thing, all right? He went in, he changed the doc to make sure that we're talking about the Gregways, and he's still not sending me the Gregways.
Damn.
Strike 2. 3 strikes, I'm changing the doc back, Greg.
Wow. I'm removing Gregway from the doc.
I'm removing Gregway from the doc. You're on your last strike, Greg.
Last strike.
Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining, Carl Jacobs, and Omega Buster. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays, MeUndies, and Factor, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 stories today.
A baker's dozen.
Starting with our number 1, Roger.
Yeah.
Is Game Informer back?
What?
This morning, as I was prepping KFGD, I went on Blue Sky and I saw a quote tweet from a person very surprised at a tease from GameInformer.com on Blue Sky. It was a video. Bear has it pulled up here, right? If you're a visual watcher, you can see it. If you're an audio listener, it is the Game Informer, kind of like the shutdown website where they just put up the message of Game Informer's gone, but then like some code at the bottom that says continued question mark, and then the date from March 25th, 2025.
Screen's glitching.
Now, if that's not enough, I got a post from the one and only, the homie, former member of OK Beast, Alex Van Aken, who worked at Game Informer, where he just put up a GIF that's like a continued screen at the end of an arcade game, right? Continued. You can see a Game Informer magazine in the back there.
And a Metroid.
Which makes it more exciting, right? Because if this was just GameInformer.com tweeting this thing out or posting this thing, I think a lot of the assumption would be, oh, great, cool. Like, they just laid off all these people, and now the corporate overlords at GameSpot or GameStop are going to, like, make Game Informer a shell of what it once was. The fact that we have the homie, Van Aken, also teasing.
Yeah, that was my exact reaction, right? When I saw the Game Informer tweet first, I was like, "Oh, brother, here we go! Like, this is gonna be some bullshit."
Yeah, exactly.
And so now this is very interesting. are you rehiring everybody? Are you rehiring most of the people? Right? Like,
what form is this going to be? Is this actually going to be in real magazines that we can purchase? Is this an online thing? Are we like? I'm so interested to see. I mean, just to jump off of here, right? First things first. I'm very, very thankful that this is not the end of Game Informer, right? Ending it on the entirety of that website, just going to basically what is a glorified 404 page, right?
Yeah.
With, I'm pretty sure AI generated, like, oh, it's been the last thing, blah, 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 blah. Like, such bullshit. And I continuously like do not go to GameStop in any way, shape, or form, not even just look around because of Game Informer shutting down. Like that was the last thing that broke the back of this whole company for me. Like I really despise the way that they did this. I am very trepidatious about this in so many ways, right? Like number one, like I hope they did not have to pay too much money potentially to get the Game Informer license back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering is this still under GameStop? I imagine it is, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you?
I don't think so.
You think they got the license away from it?
Yes. If I were to just spitball. We don't know any information. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know about any of this at all.
I would have just assumed that this was them going to GameStop and being like, "You're literally not using this. Like, give this to us. Let's figure out a way to get the money, get this back, or you get a cut of this, or whatever it is." I would be very surprised if this is GameStop's is back into this.
Dude, if this is like they were able to get the license away from GameStop and just start it up themselves, that would be the coolest thing to ever happen. Yeah. I don't see GameStop as a company that would like sell that IP. Like it's a weird one because obviously they're not doing shit with it. Obviously they shut it down. They don't care about Game Informer. But GameStop is still they're still a corporation, right? And they're still, I think there is still value in the Game Informer name. Like people know what Game Informer is, right? They've supported Game Informer for long enough to where the average GameStop frequenter knows what that is, and that's so many people. And I think I could have seen a reality where GameStop, it would have, honestly, I would have thought that it would be longer than this, but like, I'll say a couple years from now, do get the bright idea of, all right, like, let's bring back Game Informer. Why did we shut that down? Like, let's do that because we can then do this and this and put AI in it. And like, I would have thought that you would have gone down that route.
Sure. I just don't know what the use for GameStop having Game Informer is anymore in 2025.
I mean, I think it is have as few staff as possible and allow AI to like drive the bulk of the content.
First of all, I don't think Alex Van, I don't speak for Alex Van Aken.
Yeah.
I don't think he would want to be a part of if it was like, hey, it's AI
no,
generated.
I'm talking about my like, you bring it again in my theoretical how this would come back would have been like I would have given it another year or so, and it wouldn't have been Alex Van Aken. It would have been some no-name person who just wanted to break into the space, and then like GameStop looks at them and goes, all right, cool. Now save all this money, put AI in all this shit. But Alex Van Aken being a part of this,
like, no, it's a real thing.
This is a real thing, and I still don't know what to make of it. Right? I could see it being a thing of conversations happening post Game Informer going away. Of oh damn, we might have fucked that up. Because to bring it back a bit, Game Informer shit went down. Right, website went offline. But then it was also the thing of this back and forth between the parent company and the people that worked at Game Informer who just wanted to say like goodbye to their audience and wanted to like have this be all right, we're ushering this out, but we want to like, do it in a way that's graceful and a way that gives the audience closure. If you remember, they were like making tweets on the Game Informer account of like, hey, like, this is our last hurrah, like, yada, yada. And
Endgame or whatever.
Endgame. Yeah. And like GameStop shut that down, right? Like, they took the account away from them. They forwarded their page for all intents and purposes. And yeah, like that was messy. And I think it was messy in such a public way that makes me wonder if that opened their eyes to, oh, there might be value here. People actually kind of care about this thing.
Yeah, that's so interesting to me because I don't see that as the thing that opened the eyes to the corporate overlord of GameStop, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't see them looking back and be like, man, you know what? We missed out on Game Informer. They could have made us a lot more money. They could have been a valuable piece of the corporate puzzle. I see this now as maybe, I don't know how many, a year removed? Is it less than a year, right?
It feels like, it's been maybe almost a year. Kind of fun. Chat, let us know when did Game Informer first go down?
Yeah, I don't think they see any value in this. I think they are after this happened, they moved on, and then potentially people like that were previously at Game Informer came together, went to GameStop and said, "You're not doing anything with this. You guys need money. Is there any way that we can figure out a solution here? Is there any way that we can get that IP back? Can we license it out? Whatever that looks like. And then GameStop is like, yeah, whatever. Here you go.
People are saying August 2024 is when it went down,
okay.
which is more recent than I would have thought.
Yeah. That's how fast the video game industry moves.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and I guess I don't even see it as necessarily value to the GameStop company in terms of monetary value. Right now, I don't know if there's anything that's going to bring monetary value to the GameStop company, right? Yeah. It's a sinking ship, but I think it's a sinking ship in the way of, all right, like, Game Informer's not going to fucking save GameStop by any means. I don't think they're going to add, like, that much of a monetary value add to GameStop by any means, but I think maybe as far as bring back some goodwill, bring back some personality, bring back, like, something that people objectively liked from GameStop, you know, like, I think GameStop is in such a weird place of trying to figure shit out, and they've been there for a very long time now. I remember back in, was it 2020, when we were talking about news stories of them trying to do like these experimental stores that were supposed to be more about people hanging out and like playing games,
which
and
I still
stuff in
think
the store.
That in my like just brain, I was like, oh, maybe that's the thing, because I could have seen that. But, you know,
and I think they're just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. And I think
publishing games back in the day,
I think being waffling on Game Informer and being like, oh no, we are getting rid of it. Actually, maybe we bring it back. Like maybe there's something there. For me, it strikes me as we just don't know what we're doing, and we know that this is the thing that people like, and so let's bring it back just for that goodwill. I think the thing that would surprise, in the way that, you know, you talk about the games industry moves fast, in the same way, like, I think deals like this move slow, as far as if this was a thing of Alex Van Aken and the homies somehow bought Game Informer back from GameStop. One, I mean, where is that money coming from, right? Like, who can afford Game Informer? I love Alex Van Aken. I don't know if he has Game Informer money in his pockets to buy the IP, right? Do they band together? Do they do that? So, like, that's the first question I get of, all right, how does that happen? But then secondly, like, I guess, would it happen at this pace? Would it happen this fast? Or would it have taken a bit longer?
I mean, August, right? I mean, that is a sizable amount of time to have conversations and figure it out. I can also see this being a licensing thing, right? From GameStop just being like, sure, you want to do something with Game Informer, as long as we're not paying you, like, here you go, like, we get a cut of it or whatever it is, like, you take up all the upfront cost and, you know, fear and all the liability there, and we'll just give you the name and the IP, and then you can do whatever the hell you want with it for the next few months or year or whatever
until we shut down.
Yeah, exactly. until we take it back again. Like, I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical of this, not because I don't think they're going to do great work, because I know that the people involved are going to do amazing work.
Yeah.
It's just more of like the business behind it, and I hope that this is the perfect break that you imagine, right? Where it is like, in the perfect world, GameStop is just like, here you go, we're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, we're going to be very uninvolved.
Here it is. This is it. You own Game Informer now. That would be perfect. I hope it's not some backdoor thing where they actually technically own it and they can pull the plug at any time.
I mean, I think it's got to be
if they say something wrong, they pull. You know what I mean? Like, we can also get into that bag, right? Where it's like, you know, GameStop owning Game Informer that they don't really have any oversight into potentially. I don't know. We're all speculating here.
Of course.
But, it is very exciting to see this, and I'm happy that, at the very least, that this is not the end of Game Informer.
100%.
And also, I hope that they take a page out of the book of EGM, right? With the people that were taking over EGM's catalog and went out there and went through all of the EGM's backlog and put it up online, right? I hope we have a similar thing here, because I want every single Game Informer easily available online. I will pay monthly for it, whatever the fuck you want. Like, I want to be able to go through all of the catalog that I had when I was 10, 11, 12 and be able to look through it all, or potentially even purchase reissues of it. I think there's a lot of money there.
Yeah. That's the thing is, Alex Van Aken is smart, right? And like, so all the people that actually worked at Game Informer, I think are smart and know what they're doing. And I think those are all discussions that they're probably having, as far as, all right, this might be our last hurrah with Game Informer, or like, this might be our last chance to make something of this and turning into something special.
Yeah.
What are all the things that people actually want from Game Informer? How do we give them the nostalgia? How do we give them the physical stuff? How do we, like, you know, retain all the history?
The physical stuff has to be part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that this is just an online thing, right?
I mean, depending on
right? You got to have the physical element.
Yeah, but physical is money, and physical also isn't successful depending on how you do it.
But I mean, like, even if it is like a premium collector, like how we do it,
it would have to be a
like
more
a
expensive
Patreon
physical
premium
thing.
Collector's item.
Yes,
$50 a month or whatever it is. Like, you get, you know, a physical version of the Game Informer. There's something there.
Yes,
there's something there, and it has to be part of it, because I feel like if it's just an online entity, then it just kind of fades away and it's whatever. But it needs to have a physical component to it.
I agree. let's move on to story number 2. Hasbro wants Baldur's Gate 4, but isn't in a hurry. This is Victoria Kennedy at Eurogamer. Hasbro has, quote, a lot of people very interested in Baldur's Gate as developer Larian moves away from the series. Baldur's Gate 3 released toward the end of 2023 and became a smashing success. Toward the end? Is August toward the end? Like the 8th month.
It's the second half,
That's not toward the end.
It's 4 months.
I mean, August. July is in the second half of the year.
Third, like almost to the last third.
Actually, yeah.
August is not toward the end of the year.
Towards the end. We're going towards the end.
Okay, the end of the year is December.
Yeah, we're going
towards the end of the year is November, maybe October.
We're going towards the end, though.
You're getting towards the end.
It's not like you're going towards the beginning. Bless.
Yeah, exactly.
August is smack dab in the middle, basically. It's closer to the middle than the end.
All right, would you like Eurogamer to now write in the middle of 2025?
Just say August. Just say August. Baldur's Gate 3 released in August 2023. It's less words.
But it released towards the end.
Yeah,
because you're going closer.
It's to the going. End. Yeah, you're. Because
what if someone who is reading this article doesn't know what August is? They don't know.
They're from a country that doesn't recognize August. They're an 11-month country. Baldur's Gate 3 released toward the end of 2023 and became a smashing success for Dungeons and Dragons owner Hasbro, as well as Larian. It released in beginning of August too. I'm pretty sure. Unless I got that mixed up. Maybe that was review code. I digress.
It's the 8th month.
The game won scores of praise and awards across the world. And last year, Larian's director of publishing, Michael Dowse, revealed the game's average daily peak. I think I was playing it in July for the review.
Oh, Mr. Video Game Reviewer Pants.
Towards the end of the year is insane.
I'm sorry. It wasn't towards the end then?
You say you're for the people, Bless.
Yeah. You're talking to... No, he's talking to the industry elites.
Freaking listen, all right, Eurogamer, you keep making mistakes like these, you're gonna end up like Game Informer, all right? I'm just saying you gotta figure your shit out. Toward the end of the year, August. And y'all are telling me that August isn't even in fall. Remember that? And it's toward the end of the year.
August is summer.
August is summer. But when you're talking about game releases, never mind, I'm digging a hole for myself. Back to the article. However, despite this heady success, Larian is moving on from Baldur's Gate and has confirmed 2 games are currently in the works, both of which will be based on its own IPs and described as the studio's best work ever. So, where does that leave the future of Baldur's Gate? Well, there are plenty of others who are very interested in Baldur's Gate. SVP of Digital Games at Hasbro, Dan Ayub, has said, quote, we're kind of working out what our plans are for the future and what we're going to be doing with that. And actually, in pretty short order, we're going to have some stuff to talk about around that, Ayub told IGN during this week's GDC event in San Francisco. Now, while the wording of in pretty short order certainly sounds promising, this doesn't mean we're about to suddenly get Baldur's Gate 4. In fact, Hasbro isn't, quote, in a hurry for that particular game. Quote, that's the thing. We're going to take a very measured approach. We've got a lot of plans, a lot of different ways to go about it. We're starting to think about it. Okay, yeah, we're ready to start dipping toes a little bit and talking about a few things, Ayub explained, with the publication adding that the exec said he eventually wants a Baldur's Gate 4, but it'll take some time. As for other Hasbro Dungeons & Dragons games, Ayub said he is, quote, never one to shy down from a challenge. After all, there are several other D&D-based games in the works, and in November, Hasbro announced following the success of Baldur's Gate 3, yet another Dungeons & Dragons game was in production. Quote, I think anything that forces us to raise our creative bar, and developers love to have a high bar to go after, and I think we've actually seen the team push some really interesting ideas that they're like, okay, we need to raise our bar. We need to go bigger on this. And things like that. So I think, and things like that, I guess. So I think that's our hope, right? We will keep raising the bar and everyone just tries to go a little higher. Ayub closed.
That's Ayub, bro.
That's Ayub. Ayub just be talking.
Ayub's my guy.
That's the homie.
I don't know who Ayub is. Ayub, definitely, I get it. Of course, I'm Hasbro. Yeah, I want the biggest success in our gaming division that we've ever had to have a sequel, right? Like, it's the question is Larian going to come back to it? No. They don't seem like they want to come back to it.
They got 2 games they're working on.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to continue down this path, and then maybe 20, 30 years from now, we get a Baldur's Gate 5 or whatever, and that's connected to Larian, but I doubt it, right? It's not going to happen.
I mean,
maybe.
If you want to make predictions, because here's the thing.
Oh, okay, we're doing 20-year predictions.
If we're doing a 20-year prediction.
That's a Gamescast.
Oh, I do like that.
20 years from now predictions.
Okay, my 20-year prediction is that some poor developer has to follow up Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian. And they're going to make it. They're going to put out Baldur's Gate 4 let's say 8 years from now, and everybody's gonna be like, but it ain't Baldur's Gate 3 though. And then Hasbro,
never be.
Hasbro's, it's never gonna be Baldur's Gate 3. They made one of the best games of all time.
You can't.
So what's gonna happen? Hasbro is gonna crawl back to Larian and be like, please, we'll give you $1 billion. Just make Baldur's Gate 5. That's what's gonna happen.
I wonder if Larian even wants that, right? Like, I mean, of course they want $1 billion.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want $1 billion? But I mean, you've seen the head of Larian talk about just how focused he is on making great games that are uncompromising in every way. And if they're able to own their IPs and have things that are theirs and they make 100% of the profit and they don't have to worry about licensing, like that's just they're the studio now. They're the guys now. You put Larian in the beginning of a Game Award trailer, it is going to be the biggest Game Award trailer of all time, right? Like it's like new game from Larian. Holy shit! Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yes, they're going to get back to Baldur's Gate 4. We can do the fantasy booking thing of like who's the best studio to make.
Who is the best studio to make Baldur's Gate 4?
Probably Obsidian, right?
Sure.
Like, I mean, like, is there anyone else? I mean, like
for Baldur's Gate 4
specifically, I mean, CD Projekt Red.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
we're just saying names. You know what I mean? Like, we're just saying shit. Like,
because, like, here's the thing: is I don't know if I can think. And granted, this isn't. I'm not like the CRPG expert here, and so I'm not going to tell you like,
definitely not.
But it's hard for me to think of a developer that specializes in that kind of game that's going to do it better than Larian. Like even before Baldur's Gate 3, right? Like, speaking of Alex Van Aken, when both me and him were doing OK Beast, he was the one that was playing Divinity Original Sin 2 and was speaking its praises to me and made me realize like, oh shit, this Divinity Original Sin 2 game is the shit. It's like a 10 out of 10 video game. And like the only people, the people who knew, right? But Baldur's Gate 3, I think, put that studio on a different level because it paired them with an IP that people really care about. Now people understand that Larian are the GOATs when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
I know there are other developers who are very good at
people
making...
People are saying Owlcat, people are saying In Exile.
And that's the thing is like, we can name these studios...
Fuck yeah.
CRG is hilarious.
Put them in.
We can name these studios, but like, I don't know if any of them are going to make a Baldur's Gate that's as good as Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
So then it's like, do you redefine what it is a little bit? Because then if you do want to go CD Projekt Red, which I don't think is the right choice, honestly, but if you do want to go with them, it's going to be a different type of game.
Baldur's Gate 3, if you're going to make an actual proper... Baldur's Gate 4, rather, you got to wait like 15 years. Like, you got to wait a long time where that game feels... Baldur's Gate 3 somehow feels dated, which is going to be... It's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that game feels dated for the next decade, at least. But you're going to have to turn around and be like, okay, there's things we can improve on Baldur's Gate 3. Let's make Baldur's Gate 4. You're just not going to get to that point for a very long time.
Yes.
So you're going to have to wait.
I think you either wait or... you have to take it in like a dynamically different direction that is going to make people either not love it as much or might really resonate with people. My booking for this, and this is going to piss people off, Supergiant. I think after they're done with Hades, I think you pair them with the Baldur's Gate IP and go, hey,
do something
with this.
I don't. Then we can come back into the amazing indie studios or independent studios generally that are doing unique stuff that sure you can't pair them with IPs like a Remedy. You could we could fantasy book a Batman Remedy game all day and that'd be amazing. But do you want them to ever do you want Supergiant to work on IP? I don't want them to work on IP. I want them to do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, I agree with you. I do think it would be fascinating though.
It would.
Like if they
and
were
I'm sure
to
they're
pick
having
an
those
IP
conversations. It would boggle my mind if all of these IP holders are not running to Supergiant and being like, hey, we got whatever. Here it is. We do something with it, please. And I'm sure they have to say no to it, right? Because they're making incredible stuff. I don't know. We come down to it where it's we can look at all these amazing games and be like, oh, let's pair them together. But I don't know.
Well, let's think on it some more because I love my favorite thing to do on the show is fantasy booking.
I love it
because I'm thinking about the Supergiant characters. I'm thinking about like how much people love Baldur's Gate. Mike's walking in.
Is he coming in?
I'm always nervous when Mike walks in.
He's looking around. I don't know if he's looking for a mic.
He looks like he's looking for a mic. He just smiles at us and does this. Look at that. You never know what he's
you
about
like
to
faked
do.
us out a little bit too.
I don't know. I just think about how much people love those characters in Baldur's Gate. I think about how much Asterion resonates with people. Karlach, Shadowheart. How much Baldur's Gate is about obviously the story of the world, but the characters and the relationship between the characters. And I look at Supergiant and I'm like, y'all do that so well. And I'd be interested to see them take obviously they made an excellent top tier roguelite, right? I think they'd have it in them to make a big open world CRPG kind of thing. But you're right that like, do I want them to do that, or do I want them to continue to find their own really unique thing to do?
I want those studios like a Supergiant, like a Remedy, to always exclusively be in the business of topping themselves. I don't want them to be in the business of being like, oh man, this other game did this thing, so we have to kind of figure out a way to do it similarly but better. I want them to just look within and be like, no, we did that, we're gonna do it better. We're gonna do the last game. We're gonna make Hades 2, and it's gonna be better than Hades 1. We don't have to worry about Baldur's Gate 3 or anything.
Roger,
Hi.
Enough about a Baldur's Gate 4. All right, let's talk about a game that's actually gonna come out. Hollow Knight, Silksong. Let's talk about it. But before we do, I want to talk to you about patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames, where you can get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or an unexpected hit happens, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY to get 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode is brought to you by Factor. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great, no matter what life throws at you. Greg Miller has been loving how simple it is to enjoy his Factor meals as he's rushing between shows each day here at Kinda Funny. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box, plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. This episode's brought to you by MeUndies. For years, I've been telling you all about how much I love MeUndies. Real talk, I haven't worn a pair of underwear or socks that weren't MeUndies in over half a decade. And that's because I just love how premium they are, how great they look, and awesome they feel. Even my loungewear at home is MeUndies, and I cannot recommend their various shirts enough. MeUndies just gets it. From the all-black classics to fun, expressive prints, MeUndies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in sizes XS to 4XL, so there's something here for all of you. Its breathable, stretchy, and oh-so-comfy fabric make it ideal for all-day wear. And they use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Rad. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping on orders of $75 or more at MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Enter code KINDAFUNNY. That's MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Code KINDAFUNNY for 20% off MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in.
And we're back with story number 3. Hollow Knight Silksong gets casual mention in Xbox Indies post.
Whoa.
Sends community into fervor. This comes from Eric Van Allen at IGN. Hollow Knight fans have been waiting quite a while for news about its sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong. The wait has been so unbearable that even a casual mention like the one Xbox dropped in a recent ID at Xbox post can ignite the fires of those holding out for a 2025 drop. On Xbox Wire, ID at Xbox director Guy Richards shared a post detailing how over $5 billion has been paid to independent developers through the program. It mostly goes over the success of past ID at Xbox launches, ranging from Phasmophobia and Balatro to Another Crab's Treasure and Neva. Then, in a portion about upcoming games, we get the name drop. Quote, looking ahead, our lineup is incredible with upcoming games like Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Descenders Next, and FBC Firebreak to play across the whole Xbox universe. ... And of course, Hollow Knight Silksong 2! Exclamation point.
I'm sorry. I'm freaking out right now because I have seen the Silksong trailer before, but not since I've finished Hollow Knight, so I didn't know what the fuck it meant. And I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. This game is so cool.
Now you know why Andy's been obsessed.
I'm so excited. Holy shit.
I gotta play Hollow Knight.
Oh my god.
I gotta play this. This mostly confirms
that
that
far.
Hollow Knight Silksong will launch sometime between me typing this right now and at the end of time. Granted, those games are interesting mentions. Clear Obscure is set for April 24th. Descenders Next is set for April 9th, and FBC Firebreak has had a tentative 2025 window. This could imply Hollow Knight Silksong is within some measure of grasp. The article goes on to like give examples of people on the internet going crazy over this.
Yeah.
I love this one as a reason to ask you about your thoughts on Hollow Knight because I know you played it and I know you have many thoughts on it. Yeah. But also, just
what is it?
Gamers. We're a hungry species.
Yeah. Sorry.
People know I don't have much to say. Just so like you thirsty people got to sit down, man.
You really do got to sit the fuck down because it is incredible how amazing Hollow Knight 1 is, right? The first Hollow Knight game, how much of a masterpiece that game is. And if that was, imagine if you and like 2 other people made a game as good as Hollow Knight's, and then people are fucking knocking down your door, be like, "Where's the next one? Where's the next one? It's been 8 years." If it took me 8 years to make a fucking masterpiece, and then it takes me another 8 years to make another masterpiece, like that's fine. Like that's a fine body of work right there. I understand gamers are hungry. They want it. They want the new game. They want to get it. But you got to think of just like the human element of this, of like Team Cherry's like 3 to 4 people making Hollow Knight, which is such a huge Metroidvania, and Hollow Knight Silksong you can assume is the same size to maybe probably bigger and more expansive. So the fact that this game is only coming out potentially in 8 or 9 years to me with 3 people, I can't hang out with my friends like 4 to 5 times in like 5 to 6 years. You know what I mean? Like the fact that these people are like sitting down and making fucking one of the biggest, craziest video games of all time, you could assume in Hollow Knight Silksong in 8 years. That's good to me. Man,
shout out to that. Shout out to them.
You got to just think about just life, man.
Also, to the person in chat that said Blessing seems like he has a lot of blind spots. Motherfucker, come through. Let's go game for game. All right? I'll play some video games.
Band for band, bro.
Motherfucker. I guess I did technically. Here's the thing is sometimes I say I need to try games when really I have tried them and just haven't like I haven't resonated yet, right? It's the Outer Wilds thing of I played Outer Wilds like 5 different times before I played it the 6th time and then fell in love with it because I finally pushed through.
For Hollow Knight.
It is also me for Hollow Knight. I picked up Hollow Knight twice now and I've gotten a few hours in and like hasn't clicked, but I know if I push through it, I know it will click. That's always the thing for me.
And also, if you're making fun of Blessing for blind spots, you should fucking talk to me. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I got Metal Gear. When
are you gonna play Metal Gear?
I'll play it on stream soon. I'm gonna play it my own stream, personal stream. I'm gonna play it soon. I'm gonna play 1.
I was gonna say you're gonna start with Metal Gear Solid 1.
Metal Gear Solid 1 Twin Snakes.
No, I was gonna say, motherfucker, if you don't bust out a PS1 and play with the DualShock controller, or not the DualShock, the controller that didn't have the analog sticks.
No,
play with just the D-pad, brother. Yeah, dude.
I'm playing on an Xbox controller.
Come on,
I'm a bad boy. I'm playing 1, guys. I'm not playing Twin Snakes.
When are you gonna play Silksong? Do you think?
That's a good question. Of course, every year it's like, this is the year, right? This is the year. But there is a lot of, like, I've talked to a lot of developers at Day of the Devs and stuff, and it's like GTA 6 like is a real thing that people are still worried about, right? Like, genuinely. And I wonder if that is a little bit of what's going on with Silksong. Just a little bit of, like, do we wait for something?
Fuck about GTA 6.
I don't know. You never know.
It's like that's not even a Venn diagram. Those are just 2 circles sitting next to each other.
Yeah, but it's like a big game. I don't know. You don't want to announce it and then, oh boy, GTA 6. For real, I think it's probably around the same time as the Switch 2. I think the Switch 2 announcement thing probably has a Silksong thing in there.
That'd be such a slam dunk. That'd be so.
Or maybe
good.
it's connected to Xbox because Xbox is talking about it, and that was the last time we saw it or heard about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's been so long that the contract expired.
The Switch 2 thing I think is a dream booking just because it makes sense in our gamer brains. But like for Nintendo, I know a lot of people are looking forward to Silksong, obviously. But like, is it the thing of Switch 2 is such a worldwide like, hey, we got to put Mario in front of people. We got to put the Zelda in front of people. We got to put like you got to show people Mario Kart. Does Hollow Knight get to the thing of like, oh, we'll show this in a direct later, or is it like
it's part of it. I I don't think like the main heads at like Japan Nintendo were like freaking out if they get Silksong, but like a lot of the American crew was like, no. Like I'm quitting this job if you don't put it in the first one. Like it's like that type of deal.
Yeah.
Because you get like of course like everybody excited about Mario Karts and the generic, not generic, but the big Nintendo titles, and then you get the entire internet exploding because of Silksong, and that would be the perfect storm right there.
It'd be fun. I like it.
Fun.
Do it.
It's not happening though. We're not seeing this game this year.
What we are seeing is unionization in the games industry.
Yay!
Story number 4, video game workers form first North American industry-wide union with Communications Worker of America. This is Rebecca Valentine at IGN. Today, a group of cross-discipline video game workers have announced the first ever direct join industry-wide union in North America, known as United Video Game Workers, organizing with Communication Workers of America, that is UVW-CWA. UV-Dubs CWA is a direct join, that's what I'm calling it now, is a direct join organization, UV-Dubs, meaning any video game industry worker in the US or Canada working as an artist, writer, designer, QA tester, or programmer can join, regardless of whether they are freelance or full-time, or whether or not workers at their company have joined. In a press release, UV-Dub-CWA shared that its mission is to, quote, not only build community and solidarity amongst video game workers, but also to build large-scale education campaigns about labor organizing in the video game industry, end quote. The group's first issue campaign will focus on the recent tide of industry mass layoffs, with workers planning to share around a petition at GDC addressing the issue. Additionally, at GDC, UV-Dub-CWA will host multiple panels, a rally, and a launch party to spread awareness of the union and celebrate its formation. They will also have a booth on the show floor and will distribute a zine at the event with more information on how to join. This announcement fulfills a near decade-long saga begun at GDC back in 2018, when a unionization roundtable sparked a group of individuals to form Game Workers Unite to push for collective labor action in the industry. In subsequent years, GWU continued to push for industry unions, with their work ultimately bearing fruit in recent years as workers at companies including Activision, Blizzard, ZeniMax, Bethesda, and Sega in the U.S. organized. Though this is the first North American industry-wide union, other similar groups exist in the UK and France, and developers in union-friendly Sweden are also increasingly exercising their rights to form union clubs within their companies.
This is really exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the dream, right? I mean, like having an industry-wide union that has been built here, and it seemingly, I mean, all of the, what was the, let me go to the beginning of it here, where
UV-Dub-CWA?
Well, yeah, that. But then also you can be an artist, writer, designer, QA tester, or programmer. That is a large, oh my God.
This
Jesus
is Greg.
Christ.
This Greg is standing behind the camera.
Maybe the worst story to come in.
Oh, Greg, you have thoughts on unionization?
Yeah.
I mean, unions are good.
What is that?
Unions are real good.
Oh,
they protect
Jesus
employees
Christ.
from abusive bosses.
Oh, God. Dude, is that why do you have a paddle?
It's a cricket bat.
They sent us a bat?
They sent us a lot of stuff. Hey, everybody, it's Greg.
Hi.
First off, video game unions are great. We're not arguing that, are we, Roger?
Yes.
We are arguing that?
No, we're not arguing.
Oh, that's heavy.
It's a real cricket bat. We got all these, I don't know if you saw, these are giant boxes out there from Adamfall.
Oh, Jesus.
They're giant Adamfall care packages
That's a nice bag.
with t-shirts that are large. I'm an extra large, but I wore it anyway. I'm not afraid to wear it.
You look good in it.
Thank you. You know, one wash and they'd be over it. They come with these gloves.
Yeah.
These are big for you and me because, of course, it's so cold in this goddamn place. Then open it up there, Raj. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Okay? There's a bunch of stuff. There's a deck of
nice
cards.
bag.
It is a nice bag. I'm keeping the bag. A nice little coffee cup.
We'll make...
We have 3 of these to give away to Kind of Funny Best Friends. Go to my Blue Sky, Game Over Greggy, and sound off there if you want to be entered to win randomly. I'll pick one tonight when I remember later tonight.
Then we have...
VGM says, Greg rocks a large nicely.
Yeah,
Bubba.
I was going to say
you
that.
look good in
Greg,
the shirt.
I-
Both you
No,
guys
but
are
look, I
looking good
breathe
today.
out and you see the
No,
gut,
I think
and
you
got
lie to
that
yourself.
titty
I think
going on.
you think you're XL, you're not.
Well,
Yeah, but, like, you're right.
it's classic fat kid stuff where I want the shirt to breathe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want a little bit of room in there.
I feel like you wanted to hug your chest a little bit because it looks like pecs. It doesn't look like
I
titties.
assure you they ain't.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, it's about the perception.
This is a whole thing I won't be doing with mine here.
Oh.
But it's like you make like the bundle thing. It must be from the game. It's
I
an
thought it was a
effigy. You want to make an
Firestarter.
effigy? You got an effigy to make in there. You can make
Okay.
that later, Raj. There's a deck of cards in there. There's some kind of
Ooh.
nuclear
Oh,
thing.
this is
There's a
really
nice little
nice.
pad, leather pad or
Oh, nice
whatever. It's nice because they send these press kits. They usually don't send any for the audience.
Who's
so I'm
the
happy to.
publisher of this?
Adam, who's publishing Adam? That's a great question, Mister. You got a computer in front of you? Yeah, it does sound right.
Rebellion,
That
people
does
that did,
sound right. That does sound right.
I'm like,
You
dang.
got cards. You got your nuclear
Oh,
punch
really?
card in there. Did you already take out the flashlight? The flashlight I'm keeping. I'm keeping the bag and the flashlight.
There's no flashlight here. I don't see a flashlight.
What are you talking about? Oh, it's in my back pocket because I didn't want you taking it.
That's
Look,
really
it's a nice little flashlight.
That's a really
It's got
nice
random.
flashlight. It's really nice.
We-
Don't shine to the
No,
camera.
we don't have the batteries for it. I checked.
Oh.
There's some things only Kevin doesn't even have.
Yeah, shout out to Rebellion.
Rebellion, good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sniper
Rebellion
League, guys.
developments.
This is coming up soon. I'm excited for it. I haven't started it. I want to do it. Review soon, I guess. So I don't know if the game's good or bad, but if you want a free press pass pack, blue
Oh,
sky
yeah.
me. Game over, Greggy. I'm taking the bag, though.
Well, I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
We got 3 to give away.
Should we play some sports, Roger?
Right now.
Let's play sport.
Let's.
You just left the paddle here. This
Yeah.
is dangerous. I shouldn't have this in my hands.
I only took the stuff I want.
Oh, you don't want the paddle?
No, I'm
Or
good.
the bat? I don't know what they call
Put
it.
it in your bedroom.
Whoa. All right. Well, unions are good.
Unions are great, and I'm very excited, and I'm hopeful for this because I just want to see like the numbers at the end of next year, right? Like how many people join this? Like what is the actual change that this is able to have?
Yeah.
And how are we able to hopefully tide and stop the majority or some of the layoffs that are happening out there?
Amen. Story number 5. Streamers who beat Split Fiction's secret level will be shown Hazelight's next game. This is Josh Colson at The Gamer. Joseph Ferris, the Hazelight studio director, took to social media to congratulate streamers Shark OVO and E1UM4Y. It's not Drake's OVO, don't worry.
How do you know?
You know what? I
It might
don't.
be sus.
it might be. This is
Don't invite them, Joseph.
Shark OVO got a weird case. Why is he around? For being the first to complete Split Fiction's secret level, which has appropriately been dubbed Laser Hell. The reward for being the first to achieve the feat, or at least the first to share evidence of it, is a trip to Hazelight's home base in Sweden for a sneak peek at the Split Fiction Studio's next game. To get into the level, you need to input a binary code using 2 yellow buttons. You will then descend into Laser Hell and be faced with several laser-based challenges. Not only you, but the player 2 you've chosen to embark on your Split Fiction adventure alongside you. Once you reach the end of the level, there will be 2 more yellow buttons, and hitting them will activate an in-game video from Ferris himself. In the video,
Hey, what's up, motherfucker?
what's up? Fuck the Oscars. In the video, Ferris congratulates the player for beating the level, noting that there are developers at Hazelight who haven't managed to beat it yet.
Wow.
The message goes on to say that anyone who can prove they were the first people to beat Laser Hell will receive a special, one-of-a-kind prize, that being it says a strip, but they mean trip. That being a trip to Hazelight Studios in Sweden. Or a strip. At Hazelight
yo.
Studios. Whoa. Joseph Fair's going crazy over there. Fair's confirmed on Twitter that he is sticking to his end of the bargain, and the streamers who shared the footage are welcome to visit. Not only that, but when they do, they'll be among the first people in the world to be shown what Hazelight is working on next.
Wow. I always like that stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't Halo do something similar where it's like the first person to beat something, they got whatever it is. That's exciting. I always love these little.
There was that baseball game where if you pitched you were the first person
$1
to
million
pitch a
or
perfect
something like
game,
that.
yeah, then you get something.
That's so
cool.
sick.
Bear would know. Bear did it a few times, right? Bear, you got a perfect game in that baseball game. Was it MLB The Show?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have $1 million now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy that he
Congratulations.
chooses to come here every day.
He's a humble king. He's a
he
humble
just loves
king.
it. He loves it.
Yeah, he loves it here.
This is cool.
This is cool, and I didn't even know this existed. Have you finished? You
Yeah.
finished it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't finish it.
Are you gonna finish it?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. I love these games so much that I just never want them
Roger,
to
you
end.
seem like you got a lot of blind spots.
Yeah,
a lot of blind
I do.
spots
I
this
do
Roger
got a
kid.
lot.
All right, fuck that guy. Find the chat. Scroll up. Find me the name of that motherfucker.
Put him on the wall.
Put him on the
Put
wall.
on the shame wall.
You're going on the list.
You're going on the list.
God, this is what happens when you've been drunk since Sunday.
Oh,
Man, that really hurt you, huh? You brought that up a while ago.
I know, because then people were like, "Oh, bless doubling back." I'm like, "Fuck you!" All right, I play so many games here, not for y'all to look at me. All right, look at Tim and Greg. They don't be playing shit because Greg's always hanging out with his child. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Tim's always hanging out with his wife and dogs. Me, I got nobody at home.
I got no
play
excuses. I got my fiance at home and I don't be playing games. I don't be playing shit.
You know,
I'll be doing
I'm here.
shit.
I'm in the middle of a Dark Souls playthrough. I played through Outer Wilds.
I'm playing Ghost
For
of
these
Tsushima.
ungrateful people. I'm drinking since Sunday.
You're mostly just drinking.
I'm mostly just drinking. I mean, do you want to hop into Laser Hell with me? Would you do it?
I mean, yeah, I would try. Let's try it today.
Barry, you picked up the mic. You trying to say something? You want to hop into Laser Hell with me?
It's crazy you didn't ask
and I
him.
played the fucking game
That's crazy
together.
you didn't
I feel
ask
like I think it's crazy that you asked Roger before you asked me.
He's just sitting next to me.
Yeah,
I
he
really,
knows-
fucking crazy.
I really want it to be you.
He
Barry.
knows I'm a
Respect.
real gamer. You know what I mean? He knows that I originally beat Andy Cortez in Neon White, so I'm really good at the game.
Okay.
Here's what's happening.
Barry wasn't
to
even
me,
playing about that.
Is what I'm realizing. It's John Cena.
What?
John Cena went heel.
And now you're going
And
heel.
now I think I'm going heel.
And then you're like, fuck the audience.
Yeah. I'm like, you ungrateful people. I give it all. And you buy the merch. But you don't think about me and my feelings.
Think about his feelings.
Raj, it'd be big if the audience started thinking about my feelings.
Yeah.
But if I wanted something small, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 6. It's Wii News. PlayStation has given updates on 5 upcoming indie games. Forever Skies is coming April 14th. Ruffy in the Riverside is coming June 26th.
Oh.
Roger, you like that game?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I played a little bit of it, the demo. I was like, it's fine. It's not for me. I know everyone else is excited for it. Maybe I just didn't get it. I don't know.
That's so funny.
It just didn't work for me.
Only reason I said that is
Because you saw me playing it, but then you assumed that I liked it. It was just hilarious.
Well, that's a cool looking game, is what I'll say.
It is a very cool looking game, and it might be good in the full game. I just didn't really vibe with the demo.
The Nightling is coming on August 18th. Skate Story is what I'm hyped for. That is coming this summer, and then Possessors is coming in 2025.
Possessors?
That's the Heart Machine game.
Oh.
It's like the 2D one that they revealed last year.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about the movie Possessor, which is fucking freaky. It's a David Cronenberg joint, and then David Cronenberg is working with the guy that did Immortality. What's his name?
Sam Barlow?
Yes, to make a video game. So I was confused, and I thought that was that game for some reason. Not bad.
Plants vs. Zombies Reloaded has been rated for a Switch release.
Are you
Yeah?
a Plants vs. Zombies guy?
Nah, not
I love
really.
Plants vs. Zombies.
Of course you do.
And they have fucked up that franchise so heavily, right? Plants vs. Zombies should have been the next Bloons Tower Defense, right? We should have gotten 15 of those fucking games.
I think it was.
They should have been $10 a piece on Steam. We should have just kept on adding on to it. They made Plants vs. Zombies 2. That shit sucked. So much microtransactions. They started doing these third-person games, which people like. They're not Plants vs. Zombies, right? They're not the core game. And then now we just forgot, oh, no, we're bringing back Plants vs. Zombies. Now we're bringing back Peggle. Y'all fucked up. We could have had everything. We could have had Plants vs. Zombies 5 by now. And it would have been the biggest thing on Steam. Y'all fucked up.
It should have been the next Bloons Tower Defense.
You are underestimating Bloons Tower Defense.
You are... Plants vs. Zombies is like way more successful than
No,
Bloons.
that is not true. That is literally not true.
You think Bloons is more...
Yes, 100%. I guarantee you. On Steam, those games are fucking huge.
I've never been on the streets and people are just like,
Bloons
yo,
makes more money. Yes.
I'm not saying it's not
crazy
popular.
popular.
I know it's popular.
It's crazy big.
More popular than Plants vs. Zombies?
Yes, 100%. Because Plants vs. Zombies was huge at the time that we were playing it, and it dropped off completely. Because people stopped playing that game because it's outdated.
And people are
as
still
fuck.
playing Bloons.
Yes, because there's 5 of them.
All right. You know what? I believe you.
Thank you.
I
Check
rescind.
the numbers, bro.
I rescind.
Garden Warfare slept. I know. It's not Plants vs. Zombies, though. Y'all fucked up.
Somebody for you're wrong. I need the overall financials, franchise for franchise.
Yes.
Right? What has overall been more successful and has made more money over time between Bloons and Plants vs. Zombies? The results might surprise you. The Analog 3D has been delayed to July, which breaks my heart. I had that pre-ordered. Looking forward to it. That's the N64
Oh,
thing.
cool. How much was that?
Too much.
Way too much.
Too much money, and I paid it. I got Ruffy in the Riverside on here again. Shout out my guy Ruffy.
Roger loves it.
Even though Roger talks so much shit, I fuck with you, Ruffy in the Riverside. Bear, bring up a trailer for Ruffy in the Riverside.
Don't put this on me.
This is the game that Roger says looks trash. I think it looks excellent. I don't know about this guy. And then Nico Dorico, The Magical World Director's Cut launches April 15th. This is Ruffy in the Riverside. Doesn't this game look great?
It looks great.
Roger said it looked trash.
That's exactly what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
That's
Look at this
exactly what
game.
I said. It looks beautiful.
If you're an audio listener, it's a 3D platformer with a really cool art style. The character is like kind of like a flat, like in a flat plane, but like in a 3D world. It's hard to describe.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful though.
It's beautiful. Nico Dorico, shout out to Tim.
Yeah.
One of 2 people that played that game. Exciting.
Somebody in chat says it's no balloons.
Blessing has no gaps except balloons.
Balloons might be okay. You know what? I'll take that. Balloons is a gap.
I'm going
for
to
me.
Steam. I'm going to Steam DB while we talk. Yes, I'm done.
And that is it for Wii News. I'm gonna hop.
Oh, there's
in.
like 7 of balloons. No, there's 6 balloons CDs. My bad. There's 11,000 people playing Balloons 2D 6 right now.
Look how many people are playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare on Steam.
Well, I'll do Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year edition on Steam. That's 1,000 people playing it. 1,700 rather.
I mean, is that the second one? Because they made sequels.
The sequel's the sequel's not on Steam because the sequel is a mobile only microtransaction hell.
Garden Warfare?
No, I'm talking about Plants vs Zombies.
Oh,
more. Sorry, I was talking
about Garden Warfare.
Let me go to Garden Warfare right now. 1,300 people playing Garden Warfare 2. So if you combine all of the Plants vs Zombies into one thing, that is less than half of what the amount of people that are playing Bloons Tower Defense 6.
You know what? My bad. My bad, y'all.
Don't fuck with me with this.
I was wrong on this.
One of the few things I know in my life. And I know that Bloons Tower Defense is fucking popping off. And whoever said in the chat, another bad take from Roger, fucking ban yourself. Fucking ban yourself. You know what? I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. You know what? It's us against the audience now.
You're done.
All right?
You're done.
Even you wearing a fucking blessing t-shirt. All right? Especially you. You're the problem. Shout out John Cena, man.
Shout out John Cena, bro.
He did such a good job, man. He did such a good job on that promo. Hopping into the super chats for you. Alex Frazier says, I'm late to the show. Why does Bless have a cricket bat?
To spank somebody.
It's for y'all. All right? I'm coming after you guys.
Whoa. Also, sad news. Bloons Tower Defense 5. Only 220 people playing. So everyone really migrates to 6. Everyone really gets to the next entry. No one stays back.
That's crazy retention though for putting out a sequel to the franchise.
Yeah,
everybody's like, I gotta get to that next. I gotta get to that next. I was playing FIFA 15 for like 3 years, bro. And then you told me that everybody was like, fuck it, we gotta get to Bloons 6. That's crazy. AK writes in and says music rec for Bless. Toby Nwigwe, he's a Nigerian American rapper from Houston. Favorite songs are Father Figure and Been Broke, plus fire features on both tracks. AK, actually, I love Toby Nwigwe. I've already been listening because he blew up on TikTok maybe a couple years ago. I love that. And since then, I've been listening to his music. Also, is this AK as an ASIN? Because you can just tell me this. You can text me. You don't have to pay money. You can just text me for the music rec. But I appreciate it though. Love you. Flying Penguins writes in and says Baldur's Gate Warriors game. Book it. Baldur's Gate Warriors.
Put Steph Curry in there.
I mean, like a Dynasty Warriors.
That was good, right?
That was really good.
I'm pretty sure you meant Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate Warriors. I don't see the vision. I'll be honest.
I don't see the vision.
Just what? Shadowheart just fighting 100 people at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's workshop this. I'm not against it.
They should do Like a Dragon Warriors game because that's a perfect game.
Now, in Asterian Vampire Survivors. Think about it.
See, I was thinking like an Asterian dating sim.
I mean,
people would show the fuck up for that.
An Asterian Waluigi crossover dating sim.
Yes.
Matthias Cannon writes in and says, been a listener since the beginning of Kind of Funny, and with AVP in review dropping tomorrow, I now feel it's time for me to come out of the shadows. Whoa. It's ominous. But nice to meet you, Matthias.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
AVP, exciting.
Yeah?
Exciting, AVP.
Are you in these Alien Streets, Alien versus Predator? You fuck with it?
No, I watched AVP. That was like my first Alien or Predator movie, AVP, and it wasn't good. But the hype. You remember the hype?
Yeah.
Behind AVP was like, oh shit, it's finally happening. We had Jason, we had Freddy, they were fighting. We had aliens, we had predators, they were fighting. We had Chucky, he had a child.
They were fighting, maybe.
They were fighting. They actually were fighting. So it's like the streets were crazy back then. Like the horror streets were like, oh shit, like we need crossovers right now. I think that was like the end of like media.
the end of good art.
Yeah. It's like, shit, we just need to have collabs. Hannah Montana's going over to
like somehow this led to Fortnite. That's crazy.
Literally, it is.
Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron Power Hour, you know.
But yeah, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was fire.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was crazy.
That was a great fucking crossover.
When they went to 2D and then went to 3D.
I'll say, do you know how wild that is?
Jimmy Neutron in 2D is cursed though.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Timmy Turner in 3D was wild.
Sick though. Remember when Drake Bell played Timmy Turner?
No.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was after my time though. I stopped watching Nickelodeon.
I came back for it. I had one more go.
I think I was 20 years old when that happened.
Randy Jackson played the baby.
I vaguely you're right.
It was at the ending of the movie. It's like, oh my god, a poof is gonna talk for the first time, and it was just Randy Jackson.
That's fucking awesome.
Roger, you gotta understand. Most of our audience,
no for me, dog.
Most of our audience is over the age of 35. They don't understand any of the words that we're saying right now.
Yeah, well, maybe your kid watched it.
To bring it back, just a heads up, AVP in review will be Friday, just because it's GDC week and schedules are constantly shifting. So just a heads up.
That's exciting. Remember when John Cena was Fred's dad? Fuck yeah, he was. Fred.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, you remember the YouTuber Fred?
Oh,
I'm Fred. He had a TV, he had a TV show movies or whatever.
See, that's where I get very much like, oh man, these kids.
Yeah,
watching Fred.
But it was funny because like Fred had like his father abandoned him in the story, so that in his mind, John Cena was his father. It was cool, kind of funny. It was kind of good.
CJ Splitson writes in and says, have you guys seen Cairn? It's like a vertical Death Stranding or Jasant with more gameplay systems. Yeah. I saw it being played at Day of the Devs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, people were pointing it out of like, oh, there's this really cool climbing game. Bear, if you can possibly bring up Cairn, Cairn. If you're into games like Jasant or even like a Death Stranding type game, this is a game with a really cool art style, but like really realistic climbing physics, and it looks fucking cool.
I love that. Damn, that's beautiful.
You excited for Death Stranding?
I'm excited.
Because you're gonna play you're playing the first one.
Yeah, I'm playing the first one with Mike. We're gonna do an actual marathon stream where Mike is gonna walk the length of a marathon, or probably a few marathons to be honest. And we're gonna do that soonish. So I'm excited about that. Everybody, get hype, chat.
Now it's time for kindafunny.com/you're wrong, where you write in and let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong, so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Let's see here. Okay, somebody wrote in with stats. This comes from Nate G452. Available data indicates that Bloons Tower Defense series has generated more revenue than the Plants vs. Zombies series. Oh man, I don't even know how to parse through this. Bloons TD6 estimates suggest that this installment has generated approximately $82 million in revenue on Steam alone.
On Steam alone. These games are on mobile and they're fucking huge.
Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year edition estimates indicate that this edition generated approximately $29 million in gross revenue on Steam. Plants vs. Zombies 2 upon release in 2013. This sequel achieved over 16 million downloads, making it one of EA's most successful mobile games of all time. However, specific revenue figures for this title are not readily available.
Thank you, Michael. Just bought Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Yeah, okay. Good. By all metrics, it seems like Bloons is more successful. I apologize. This is really like one of those ones in real time where I'm like, wow, I was very much wrong.
It's okay.
And I apologize. Roger, you were right.
Thank you.
That was a blind spot for you, Bless.
That was a big blind spot for me. Okay. And now I know about Bloons.
Have you played Bloons? It's fun.
No.
It's just it's probably one of the best tower defense games ever. Like, surely. Like,
it started off as a Flash game, right?
Yeah. And they're so simple and they're so fun and they get really deep. It's a great game.
Okay.
Great game.
Maybe I'll try out Bloons.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll become a Bloons guy.
Only $10 though on Steam for some reason.
$10? No, I'm good. I just bought Rivals of Ether. I gotta save money now. Roger.
Hi.
This has been a fantastic episode.
A great episode.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm happy that people aren't holding you back anymore.
Oh my God. You would never hold me back.
I'll never hold you back, Roger. No, man. Listen, I got you. All right. I got you.
Okay.
Bear, we're going to take him down. Of course, this has been Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and all podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kinda Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free. Watch us record them live and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the Gamescast next and the stream after. But until next time, Game Daily.